essentials. And what's been kind of helpful to me and tools that I've been using is just, this Zoom. This Zoom is pretty cool. I've never really used it a lot, but I think it's really helpful with me being able to my professors through this, and I've just been emailing couple a couple of places about how to get on products, business school with OSU, and that was really helpful. I got some information about that, but it turned out that I needed to actually, get it manufactured first and then get it tested for its purity, because I'm not just trying to make any kind of essential oil or whatever, but I'm kind of knowledgeable in that area. But that's all I have right now. And thanks for this setup. Everybody has been offering some good feedback, or some good experiences that they're doing and steps that they're taking to navigate through this hard time. But yeah, everybody keep it up what they're doing. I haven't started a business yet, but it's on the startup and me trying to think about what to do. So thanks for this meeting. It's really helpful. It's good stuff seeing everybody.
Yeah, thank you. And Vondrick, could you pass it on to somebody else on the call if you can see a name?
I haven't seen. Let me see who hasn't went. Has Kenny went?
Yes.
Have you went yet? Okay, Kenny already went. Yeah, I'm not sure who has won.
It's okay. Yet. Jessica, would you like to go next? You're on mute, Jessica.
She's on mute.
I can go. It's Nicole Van Horn.
Oh, I've got it.
Oh, she got it. Okay.
Jessica Leatherberry with Community Matters, and I work with economic development organizations to help them with their marketing and PR. Not necessarily work related, but for all of us extroverts out there, House Party, download the app. It's a lot of fun. It'll connect you with your friends. All right, and I will popcorn over to Ignite Fitness.
Okay, sorry, I had to figure out how to unmute it. And I don't know why it says Ignite and not my name, just because I'm on that account. My name is Callie Christian, and I own Ignite Fitness on Main Street here in Ada. We've been open, February was 1 year, so we're new. And I think the biggest, we've used Zoom for some of our staff meetings, but the biggest thing that we're using right now is Facebook groups and live. I use Canva. You can make graphics. It's really, really great. It's like $12.99 a month. If you are interested in like graphics and making, I like to have everything look neat and I don't know. So that's a huge help, and it's so easy. You don't have to be tech savvy to be able to create little graphics, and we drop our live pictures and things like that. Anyways, but the groups, for us, we, sell services. We sell workout, exercise. And so it's been a huge help to keep us connected as a community. I don't know if you know much about Ignite, but really aside from fitness, it's there's just an incredible community of women, and that's been one of the hardest things to miss. So that's kept us connected, and given us an opportunity to go live with workouts. We do recorded workouts, so that's been a help. It's not a huge, financial. There's not a huge financial benefit to it. I feel bad charging a lot of money for things like that, but it's been a way to keep us connected. So there was a girl on here last week I was going to ask, Carrie, I think her name was. She had sent me her number, and I don't know if anyone has that from last week. She has a studio or a gym in another town. Maybe it was McAllister. I don't know. Anyways, she wanted to connect, and once I logged off, I couldn't get back on to see her number. So if anyone has that and could send that to me, I would really appreciate it. That's all. So let's go to, okay, I saw Chris Filer's face, but it said Morgan Edwards, and really either one of them I would like to hear speak because I love them both. So one of those.
Okay, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, Chris, we can hear you.
Hopefully everybody can hear me. We're still functioning here at the bank, and just want you to know that the questions you might have, please go to our website, and hopefully we can help you there. But also, we do have people here, staff, that you can contact, and maybe they can answer some of the SBA, the small business loan questions for you. We're getting more and more information daily on that as a bank ourselves. So, but as I said, we are functioning and trying to do the best we can, staying, away from people as much as possible. But we do still have people coming into the bank and try to do that. But please let us know if there's anything we can do. Morgan or myself or any of, as I said, the loan officers would be happy to try to answer those questions for you. And just appreciate everybody coming together and sharing information. It's always helpful that we as a group get together, and just want you to know how much I appreciate it and how nice it is to see everybody's faces. I think that's a huge positive, that when everybody knows me, knows that I am that social butterfly that needs to see people. So it's good to see everybody, and y'all stay safe. And if there's anything, again, we can help you with, please let us know.
Thank you, Chris. I see a few more people, so let's get through this. Pat?
Yes. I am here with Trina Stark at Scraptopia, and basically we're just here to gather some information about the SBA loans, the most current information you have. And we've been looking at the applications that we have, but I understand there's a new one, and that's why we're here.
Thank you. Let's see, Shanna, I see your name on the screen.
Good morning. Well, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. So at the chamber, we have, like you all, have just been inundated with information coming in, and really we've just been trying to filter through that and push out what we can push out to not only our members. I think this is a time, of course, we want to focus on our chamber members, but this is all about community. And so, we're trying to reach out. We've been making phone calls, checking on our chamber members. We are eventually I'm eventually going to start reaching out to just community businesses, small businesses. I think Jim Lawson referenced the call with Senator Lankford yesterday. I've actually sat in on a call with Mark Wayne Mullins as well as Tom Cole. And if any of you are interested, if you weren't able to sit in on that, Oklahoma State Chamber, they're the ones that are doing those town hall meetings. You can go to their website, and those have been recorded. So if they're anywhere from about 35 to 45 minutes. They will speak for a little bit, and then they will answer questions. There's been a lot of great information from the Capitol, and if you'll just go to the Oklahoma State Chamber website, those webinars are on there for you to listen to. I'm also working with Congressman Cole's office right now, and we hope by the end of next week, if not the following week, we are going to be doing a virtual town hall meeting here in Ada, so that you all can tune in and listen to Tom Cole and ask questions. This is changing daily, and like you said, I was getting messages late last night from one of my board members who's also works at a bank, sending me information on the PPP and from the SBA. So I think there's just a lot of information, and I think we're all, some of us getting the same, some of us getting different, but just really trying to communicate what we feel like is most important right now to our members. So that's where we are at the Chamber.
Thank you, Shanna. Tamara Price with Oklahoma Main Street, would you like to go next?
Hey guys, this is Tamara, and I'm with the Oklahoma Main Street Center. And thanks for inviting me to be here today. Kenny, we feel your pain. The Oklahoma Main Street Center is a part of the Oklahoma Department of Commerce. And what we have done for over 31 years is primarily focused on the historic core of downtown, where we want to help those small businesses, mom and pop shops. Right now, it's all about community. We're helping anybody that needs help. The focus of what we were asked to talk about today is for those small businesses who do not have an online platform. So the biggest thing that the trends or the main questions are, am I an essential business? Can I still do curbside service? How do I get online and I don't know what I'm doing because that's not my skill set. There's a lot of things to think about. And at the Oklahoma Department of Commerce, the Main Street office, there's a litany of information. If you go to okcommerce.gov and you click on the homepage, there's an orange tab that says COVID-19. We have industry webinars that are every Wednesday starting at 8 o'clock, whether you're from a nonprofit, manufacturing, retail. So the retail call is right after this at 10 o'clock. So I would admonish you, if you have time at 10 o'clock, to jump on there. Our leader, Buffy Hughes, who is the state Main Street director, is going to be speaking on that, as well as our secretary, Sean Copeland, is going to be talking about the updates on SBA loans, the PayPal protection, all of that stuff. So that's a plug if you're wanting just to get some information right now. It's happening at 10 o'clock right after this call. So talking about e-commerce is...
Tamara, don't mean to cut you off, but I just wanted to add, I have a slot in for you in the agenda later after the introduction. So if you just want to hold your thought for a second.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, let's see. I think we have a couple more people. Sherman, would you like to do a quick introduction next?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. My name's Shimon. I run MOO Network. I do youth activities for the youth in Ada, as well as some places outside of Ada. Right now, I'm heading a group to gather up all the small businesses in Ada to where we can all work together. And I have a project that I'm working on right now, and I'm going to be reaching out to a few more people later for that project to help on all those mom and pop shops, all the businesses that don't have an online presence. Basically, I want to create a digital mini mall, basically, to where all the different sites in Ada can come together and on one website be able to post their items to where Ada citizens can still support those businesses, and those businesses can still sell their stuff. The only thing I realized is that this isn't something that I can do just by myself, creating the website as well as gathering up all the people. And so that's why I've been working on Facebook, trying to gather up people and looking for more people who are also good with websites, and hopefully working to get that put together very soon. I'm not sure how long we'll be in this state of where people can not go out in public without having to worry about their safety. But while it lasts, we do need to be able to continue doing business and supporting the small businesses as well. So that's my quick spiel about that. And yeah, that's all.
Awesome, thank you. Kelly, I don't think you have gone yet.
Hi there. I'm Kelly with the Oklahoma Main Street Center, and I hopped on the call just to offer some background noise to what Tamara may be presenting. So I'm not going to go into big detail about what we do because she already did. And I'm just here to say hi and that we're representing.
Thank you for
Happy to
being
be here.
here. And I think Claudio Harvey.
Morning, can y'all hear me? All right, perfect. I'm Claudio Harvey, not much to do with business currently, but I am here because I love Ada and I want to provide something to it later on as far as family entertainment goes. So I'm just kind of here to learn. A tool that I've picked up recently is learning how to do business plans. So I found the Lean Business Plan really popular for several startup businesses, and I'm working on a couple projects with that. So thank you, Ms. Dia, for showing me the way on that, and I'm looking forward to the meeting.
Awesome. Okay, so has anybody not got a chance to introduce themselves yet?
I haven't. I'm Nicole Van Horn. And I own the Muse Lash and Brow Studio on Main Street. Obviously, like other hairstylists and lash places, none of us can work. Honestly, I have a business accountant, and she's been helping me with all the SBA stuff. I mean, I obviously have to pay her, but it has been really helpful because some of those forms, I have no idea what all of them mean. But I'm basically here just to listen to you guys.
And I'm Amy Kaiser with Ada Main Street, and I think our key role with Main Street has just been staying connected with the small business through group texts and emails and direct contact, and making sure that they do know what Tamara and Kelly and Buffy have to offer at Oklahoma Main Street, because as a Main Street community, all small businesses in this district qualify for, help and assistance in any way that they can offer. So I'm just glad to see everybody here. I need to see faces. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Amy. All right. So we have a great crowd and we have a packed agenda. So without much delay, I'll hand it over to Jim to give us an update on a one-stop resource list that we have been working on, and just walk us through that.
Okay, and really what I want to walk you guys through will take all of 2 seconds because I want to make sure we can get through the agenda and get you guys out of here relatively quickly. I'm going to share something that we created. So we have launched, and it's launching today, a draft of a website portal for Ada Business Resources. So we put this together very quickly. Any resource we're hearing about is on here. If you go to the portal, you can organize it by financial resources, events, online business resources, and we expect to update that periodically. So if you wanted to know information about, say, Kiva loans, click on it, has all the information, including a link there. We also sent out a document that we're working on, online business resource guide, a lot of the same info. We just wanted to give you guys a draft look at it. We'll be moving relatively quickly. Again, we're working overtime to get this to you guys. So I just want to plug those two things. I know that we're going to have some really good info in just a second from Oklahoma Main Street and Tamara Price. And I know Shay Christian's on here to talk about some of the SBA options as well. So I will get off and clear plenty of time for those people to speak.
Awesome. Thank you, Jim. And the link to the portal is on the chat. And like you mentioned, we'll publish it pretty soon. At this time, I'd like to invite Shay Christian to please give us some information. And again, thank you for being here.
Well, as everybody's mentioned, things are changing rapidly with the SBA programs coming out. What we've been seeing is primarily interest in the two separate programs. One is the EIDL loan, which is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan. That is actually a working capital loan. There's a kind of a portion of that where you could potentially get a $10,000 advance within 3 days. And there's some confusion about that $10,000. On the SBA's website, there's a place that says that $10,000 will be forgiven. but some additional guidance that has come out in some different areas say that that is only forgiven if you don't qualify for the final loan. So there is still some confusion about that, but those loans are up to $2 million. Again, they're working capital loans. Interest rates are low, payments don't start for a year. So, that would be an option. But the thing that we're seeing the most requests for is the Paycheck Protection Program loans. And, as been mentioned, all lenders can do these loans. If you're working with, a local bank, definitely reach out to them. Everybody, we're getting the same information. Everybody's trying to get up to speed on how to process those. But basically, just a generalization, you would need to know what your average monthly payroll, rent, and utilities are. Those are the primary things it's going to cover. And you can apply for up to 2.5 times what your monthly average of that number is. And then when you can verify that over this 8-week period that you have paid that, you've kept your employees employed, those type of things, then that actually is forgiven. So some things that you can include in that as part of the payroll is, insurance benefits that you pay for your employees. There's just a lot that goes into it. So again, I would say to definitely reach out to your banker to get more information. And obviously there's other people on here that have additional resources that you have already talked, and we're just, again, getting continual information. But one thing I will say for small businesses is great that Shayla's already been, or Ms. Van Horn's already been working with her CPA, because you need to get that information in quick. Those applications go live for a portion of them this Friday, is the information that we've initially received. And we know that it's, there's going to be a lot of people applying because these are on a first come, first served basis. There's $394 million. So the sooner that you can get that information together and get it back to your banker, the better. Applications they're on the SBA website, I believe, but obviously your banker has those and can send them to you. It's a pretty short application and fairly straightforward. It's a fillable PDF form. There is some things that banks are going to have to verify, and we've not necessarily gotten the guidance on what that is particularly. That we're going to have to verify about those payroll numbers. So again, definitely reach out and get in contact with your lender so that, like I said, here at Vision, we've just compiled a list, and, we've gotten back to everybody with the information that we have currently, and it will continue to be an ongoing conversation. So, like I said, just reach out and get in contact with whoever it is that you're dealing with. Like I said, all local banks are processing these. So I would just primarily say reach out and get in contact and get on everyone's list for that for sure. So, that's kind of the general information. I'll be glad to answer questions. So I'll just open it up that way.
Thank you, Shay. Do we have any immediate questions? I think we have a couple minutes if anybody has a burning question right now.
I just have a quick question. This is Trina at Scraptopia. We are a partnership and an LLC, and there are 3 of us, and I work and manage the store and receive a guaranteed payment. So none of this seems like that it applies to us at all. So I just want to make sure that that's true before I dismiss it, that right now we don't have employees other than myself, and I'm not considered an employee. So if it doesn't apply to us, is there anything available? So that's my question.
Based on the guidelines that we've seen, it does apply to you. Even though you aren't necessarily considered an employee, that is a payroll expense to your business. You do receive income from that. So I would definitely be gathering your information and reaching out to your lender, because I do think that that you can get assistance for that. The majority of what they're looking for is that payroll to keep people employed, but this also covers your rent or mortgage expenses and utilities. So I would definitely get the information together and reach out.
Okay, thank you.
And she, this is Rick. She is correct on that. And basically what they're going to do is they're going to take the payroll and multiply it times 2.5. And so that is what's used to provide 8 weeks of payroll to employees, plus rent, utilities, and other covered items. But in the compensation, it specifically says salary, wage, commission, or similar compensation, payment of cash, tip, or equivalent. So because some owners, especially in LLCs, don't take payroll in terms of actual paycheck, but do a draw or whatever, that is considered as part of that compensation that you can use to multiply times 2.5.
Did you say you can use that or you can't?
You can, yes.
Okay.
Your compensation that you're paid to operate the business, you multiply that times 2.5.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for that question. And soon after this meeting, in a follow-up email, I will try to put in all the contacts so you all can follow up with more questions. At this time, I'd like to invite Tamara Price back again to share us some information about Oklahoma Main Street and how do we really get on this quickly on e-commerce.
Hey guys, I think I got a little bit excited earlier, so I just started talking prematurely. So I apologize for that, but I do want to tell you thanks again for inviting me to be here today. Basically, our phones and our emails are blowing up with a lot of business owners who just don't know how. They know they need to do it, but they don't know how to do it. So the number one thing that is stopping people right now is simply fear, because it's the fear of the unknown. So as business leaders, business owners, if you don't know how to do something, the best thing that you can do is find somebody that is doing it well and reach out and just say, can you help me? We're Oklahomans and we just love to help each other. But at the Oklahoma Main Street Center in Oklahoma City, we're part of the Department of Commerce. If you need one-on-one help, helping you set up something, we're happy to do that. You don't have to pay us anything. We are civil servants of the state of Oklahoma, and that is what we're tasked to do. So if you don't know what to do, once you push past your fear, I would say that you're going to have, every business needs to have a landing page. You need to have some kind of website, even if it's not all the way fleshed out, because people are looking right now. You need to have a domain name. Some people don't even know what that is. That's the www dot whatever. A lot of people, because there's a lot of different platforms, don't know what to use or how do I pick the right one for me. It really depends on what it is that you're doing. If you have goods and items like lotion, this needs to be on an online store. But a lot of people haven't set up like a PayPal, Square, some kind of way to take money virtually on their website through Facebook. So, you know, this could be a very, very long conversation about what you need to do. But the first one is, you know that you need to have some kind of e-commerce site that you're in control of. You need to figure out what kind of builder you want to have. Do you want Shopify? Is that appropriate for you? Do you need to, who can host a website for me? Is it Weebly? Is it Wix? Is it WordPress? What is it? How user-friendly is it? I would imagine because you're at home, if you're like me, your eyes are extremely tired of staring at a screen, because this is how we're meeting. But at least, you know, you want to be able to do your business on your phone as well. So what platforms are on the computer as well as on your phone that you can be on the go if you are, you know, taking your walk and getting away from it, that you can still stay connected? I've been checking up on a lot of businesses, and I've gone to their Facebook pages, and they have phone numbers to their businesses that they have not forwarded to their cell phone. They have not forwarded, nobody's answering the phone. You need to be able to leverage your social media, meaning we have probably made more money and more connections in Facebook Messenger than anything, because it's still a private transaction between you and another person. But how you do that and take the money is you still need to have a way for you to be able to complete a transaction. So I don't know for this audience of people who I'm talking to right now, if we need to be that granular about what it is to do. But if you have any questions about how do you sell on Facebook, how do you set up a landing page, if you don't know how to get your domain name, what is the right package for you, I would invite you just to email us. I have put information in the chat on how you can get to the Oklahoma Department of Commerce and ultimately to us. But you can call me. My name is Tamara Price. I'm with the Oklahoma Main Street Center. My email is Tamara, .price@okcommerce.gov. And Kelly Yaden, Jeremy Zeller, and Director Buffy Hughes, we are a team of 4. All of us have different strengths, but Kelly and I are mainly on the promotion side, which is your website, which is your marketing, and being clear on the language that you're using to communicate. I've seen a lot of businesses saying, we're closed. No, you're not. Your business is very much still open. You're just doing business in a completely different way. So make sure that you're using social media to go live. People buy from people they trust, that has a relationship. If they can hear you, they can see you, and they can see even if you're holding up a pack of gum, they'll probably get that, they feel like they know you. And so they'll buy from you because they want to support you. So going live, those are things that doesn't cost you anything. It costs you time. And you do need to know what it is that you're wanting to promote and put out there. But if you can get past the fear of that, then that helps. How do you also get into e-commerce is creating some kind of editorial calendar. Really figure out, what are we talking about today? What are we talking about and promoting this week? What can we put out there so people know that I'm still available for business? On your website, you definitely want to make sure you have a photo of the outside of your business, so people know if they're doing a curbside pickup that they're at the right place. You want to make sure that if you can ping your business on Google Maps, or so people can find you on the location finder. Really and truly, there's a plethora of things that you can do as a business owner, and you likely already are. But if you are the ones that really don't know what to do and you really are starting from step 1, we would love to help you with that. And I'm so very happy to hear that you have other people that's local to you, whether it's Bippin and other people. You need to utilize those resources too. I love the idea about the digital mall. But you want to make sure that you have a platform that you can control. You want to have your updated information on your website. You want to be able to mirror your anything that you've posted on Facebook, Instagram, all of that stuff. It needs to go to your website. So if they're on your website, they could quickly go back to your Facebook. That way they're always engaging with you. So there's a lot of things, but really making sure you have a way for people to make a transaction with you online. Sell gift cards. Position yourself as the expert leader of whatever it is that you're doing. So if you're a person that can't work out right now, go live, and you're not having people being able to come to your business to do those kind of things. If you're a hairdresser, go live and tell people how to cut their bangs, or look at my hair, I need color right now. Tell me, what can I do on my own to be able to solve this problem that I'm having? Because people are still looking at me, and this is a problem for me. So use social media to solve a problem. But then in your shopping cart, on your website, on your Facebook, on your Instagram, have the product there for them to easily be able to buy it from you. So once you position yourself as the industry leader of that thing, people will keep coming back to you because now you have their trust. So I've said a whole lot really quickly, and I'll put my contact information in the chat. But if anybody has any questions about anything, I would love to talk to you, because this is a very big conversation to talk about in a very short amount of time.
And I would just like to add really quickly that for years, we've had a lot of noise around us that was, how do we get noticed in an environment that everybody's ideas and everybody's so busy that they're not seeing everything that I'm looking at and posting. At no other time in our history right now, everybody's at home. Everybody's looking for ways to support you. And if you are not utilizing the social media, as Tamara said, that's the first step. You already have the Facebook page. Yes, it only goes so far, but right now is unprecedented time for everybody to be seeing your stuff. And they want to remember that you're here. Just like she said, you got to change the terminology and how you think. Yes, your doors may be closed, but you're still open for business. And we need to remind people of that. They want to support you. They don't want you to go away. They want to have the delivery. They want those Amazon drivers or those UPS drivers or whomever to still come to their store, because that's almost like a human contact that they get to see. And let it be from your store. Let it be from your item. Maybe you offer, there was a store in Claremore just quickly that had a 45 or 50% off sale, and they just went through the store and just posted pictures and people could comment underneath it. They invoiced, boom. It's easy to do. It doesn't have to be as complicated as we're all trying to make it. Just change the way you think about your store at this time, because right now it's unprecedented that people are wanting and are online and want to help you.
Tamara, you were mentioning earlier, sorry, Jim, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I just want to, oh, wait, go ahead.
I was just, you were mentioning about a webinar earlier, and some of us might have missed that detail. If you just want to repeat that real quick.
Yes, the Oklahoma Department of Commerce is holding weekly industry webinars, and they're every hour on the hour. So they started this morning at 8 a.m. with nonprofits. They're talking about manufacturing at 10 o'clock. Right after this, there's one about retail. Our state director, Buffy Hughes, is going to be talking about the trends, some of the questions we're being asked. And a lot of it is the same conversation that we're having right now. But our biggest questions that we've had this last week are, am I an essential business? How do I apply for the loan? So the same conversation, but our secretary, Sean Copeland, is going to be leading that meeting. That's going to give you more information. I love listening to him speak because he also is a banker. And so he has that information from the bank side as well as from the commerce side. But if you are a business, no matter what your industry is, every Wednesday from now until further notice, every Wednesday beginning at 8 a.m. from nonprofit and so forth, there's every hour on the hour is going to be webinars that's on the Oklahoma. You can get all the information at www.okcommerce.gov. And when you click on the COVID-19 orange tab right there on the homepage, it will take you there and you will see all the meeting IDs and information there on the ones that would be pertinent to you that you want to make sure you get on your calendar.
And I just want to mention from the Ada job side, I know there's a lot of resources and a lot of help just here locally. If you're confused about even where to start, we can help connect you. We also have some ability to give you some technical support. If you have questions about, especially the back-end stuff, you know, going through AWS or another site and just getting things up and running. We have some experience with that and we'd be happy to help. But I know Stacy here locally is a great resource for online shopping platforms, and she's agreed to help with a variety of online tools for small businesses. I know Vipin and some others have volunteered to help other businesses go through this. So if you're confused about where to start, just reach out and we'll make sure you get to the right place.
Absolutely. Thank you to all those who presented today. I'm getting a few messages on the chat as to how we can avail the chat information. I will be saving the chat as we finish the call, and I will try to incorporate all of that in the notes as well as the follow-up emails. So websites, contact information, we will get that to you. With that, I think we have a few more minutes. We can open it up to questions. Just want to mention that we will be doing this weekly. So next week again at 9 a.m. We encourage you to come back. We'll try to keep updated information. With that, we are formally done, and it's open to any questions, networking. Go right ahead.
Dia, I just wanted to say that proof that the people at Oklahoma Main Street are abundantly patient and there are no dumb questions. They work with us all the time, and trust me, we've asked all of them. And many of us are technological idiots, and they have not laughed at us yet. So ask them anything.
I think that's a great point, Amy. I mean, right now, I feel like everybody's in a position to be humble. There's a great position to be more collaborative, and we just really need to use this time to help each other and ask for help.
I'll hop on real quick and just kind of echo what the ladies from the Oklahoma Main Street said. The biggest thing I think holding people back is fear. And from a small business owner's perspective, and just opening a year ago, that was the biggest thing. I had no idea how to create a website. And every time I reached out to anyone to create one, it was like thousands of dollars. And I'm like, hello, I'm trying to start a business. I don't have money to spend on a website. So and thank God, like Dippin and some other people on here are offering free services to help you get started. Kenny, reach out to them. I mean, kind of my personal motto, I'm not saying a bad word, is do the dang thing. And that's kind of what I have to get in my head. And I had to just figure out how to do it. I did it on Wix. I found it on, I think it was cheapdomainnames.com or something. I created a domain name and I just went for it, but it was fear. It was all fear. I don't know how to do this. This is too much. It's a huge mountain in front of me. I didn't know how to do it. And I think that's what we're at again. You know, we started our small businesses however long ago, and now we're all of a sudden having to recreate another small business in just a week, you know, amount of time. And so it's a lot. It's a huge mountain. But I think when you put your head down, you do it, contact these people, push past that fear, you're going to see, oh, I can do this. This isn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. And then you're going to get over the top of that mountain. You're going to be able to breathe a little bit. So maybe that's some encouragement for you if you're just getting started in this.
That's great advice, Callie. And I think we mentioned in the last chat that there's people who are not even on this call right now or not really online. And I'd encourage all of you locally as well as anywhere just to, you know, maybe give a call to those people and be like, hey, we have help available. Just let us know how we can help you. With that, it's 10 o'clock. I'll be on the call if anybody wants to stay, has more questions. But thank you all so much for joining, and I hope to see you all again next week.
Hey, Dia, this is Jay, and I just wanted to say one quick thing again. A couple of people mentioned that they didn't want to take on additional debt, and I would just like to say that, I mean, I can't speak for other banks and exactly what they're doing, but for those people that have some funds coming in and don't want to take on debt, we are absolutely working with them on doing payment deferrals or modifications to interest only. So there are some other options out there other than these loan platforms if that is something that people are interested in. So again, I would just recommend you reach out to your banker and see what is the best option for you.
Yeah, most of the bankers everywhere are doing modifications on existing stuff. And the SBA even came out, if you have an existing 7A loan, there's going to be a 6-month deferment of penalty and principal and interest on existing SBA 7A loans. That came out yesterday afternoon. But the EIDL and the CARES thing, I think a lot of folks are just the fear thing. the PPP loan that came out yesterday is a 2-page document. And basically you're self-certifying what your payroll is. Now you don't want to be dishonest, because if it does come back and get audited, there's some pretty serious penalties for falsifying information. But basically you're going to take that 2-page document to the bank. And on the EIDL program, which last week at this time was a disaster and took hours to go through the process, that is now a couple of page document. There's a new website, and literally I had a client yesterday that he has 5 businesses. He did one of the businesses last week and it took him 2 hours and 45 minutes. Yesterday he did the other 4 businesses on the EIDL program and it took him 30 minutes total to do the other 4. So they've made that process much quicker. The website's much easier to use. The application process is much simpler than it was a week ago at this time. So, but they're both great programs. And the other thing is you can apply for both of those loans in your business. You just can't use the money for the same thing. So if you apply for payroll stuff through PPP, you can get an EIDL loan also. You just can't use it for payroll. You have to use it for something else.
All right. Do you guys have any other questions or anything going on? I do want to plug one thing, because I know we went through a lot of the resource stuff very quickly. If you have a resource or something you'd like to get out there that could help Ada's local businesses, we're trying to collect it all on this resource portal website. I don't know if this is going to be the one, but we created an online tip jar for service industry workers, modeling after what we've seen in other places. Essentially, if they fill out a Google form, they'll get added into a spreadsheet with their online, PayPal, Venmo, etc. information. It's a very fast model we've seen in some other places. We know that for people in the beauty industry, the Professional Beauty Association has a relief fund going right now for anyone who's a licensed beauty professional. That could be another resource. So as soon as we hear about something, we're going to throw it on there. We know there are resources that are industry specific for restaurants, for other places. And as we hear about things, we'll add them to it. So please reach out if you know of something or if you're looking for something, and we'll try to connect you.
What's your website? Because I'm obviously in the beauty industry.
So our website is adabusinessresource.com. And I know the Professional Beauty Association has the COVID-19 relief fund on their website, probeauty.org.
Okay, perfect. I think I looked at that. I think one of my clients sent it to me, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah, and again, we don't know a ton about it, but it's on there, so yeah.
Anything will help, because we literally can't do anything.
Jim, what was the beauty? I got adabusinessresource.com. What was the other one?
It is probeauty.org.
And I think the beauty one, they're offering a $500, and it's not a lot, but it's a little bit. It's like a $500 grant to hair and beauty practitioners.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Sure. All right. Any other questions or anything you guys want to share right now? Well, good deal. Well, Dia, I'd say we appreciate everyone's involvement, and I'd say we can probably wrap this up pretty quick.
Yep, sounds good. And just look out for a follow-up email, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.